Grand Marshal.
Grand Master.
Grand Marshal.
Grand Master.
Grand Marshal.
What say ye, Grand Master?
Assemble the craft for the purpose of laying this foundation stone.
Grand Master.
Grand Marshal.
Your orders have been obeyed.
Grand Marshal.
Grand Master.
Please proclaim that the cornerstone ceremonies will begin.
By the authority of the most worshipful Grand Master, of the most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge, free and accepted Masons, jurisdiction of Arkansas, I now command and require that all persons assembled preserve silence and to observe the due order and decorum during this ceremonies of this occasion. I make this proclamation once, twice, thrice, in the South, in the West, and in the East. Grand Master.
Grand Marshal.
Your orders have been obeyed.
Thank you. Right Worshipful Junior Grand Warden. Grand Master. Why do Prince Hall Masons lay cornerstones?
Why Masons lay cornerstones? As a cornerstone unites two walls, giving them strength and stability, so does the cornerstone of a church represent that same strength, stability, or establishment. When a stone is put in a building used for everyday purposes, it may be put in without much fanfare. Oh, but when it's put into a church or a large hall, then there's cause for celebration, because the stone that the builder rejected now becomes the headstone of the corner.
Yes.
Masons have been laying cornerstones for many years, more years than man has recorded in written history, except for in the Holy Bible. And that is where we, Prince Hall Masons, that's where we get our authority and our right to lay cornerstones. We first look to the book of Genesis, where the word mason is not even used, but an operative mason's profession is described. In Genesis chapter 11, verses 1 through 4, the job was the Tower of Babel. The purpose was to make a name for ourselves. Now that was wrong for two reasons. First is the word Babel itself. You see, Babel means confusion. And Masons should never build anything or do anything that would cause confusion. Second, a Mason should know that if you want to get up, you got to get out. Having been one of the many reasons that man was put into a darkness of confusion in the first place. And ever since then, Masons have been trying to bring people to life. Mason lays a stone in the northeast corner because symbolically the north represents a place of darkness or ignorance, whereas the east represents light or knowledge. One is where man came from. The other is where man is or where he hopes to be if he continues to keep his faith and continues to seek He who knows all. Masons lay cornerstones on churches because of their knowledge of the natural elements, thereby knowing the makeup of bricks and stones, angles and corners. In knowing the makeup of these bricks and stones and angles and corners, we're reminded that we are taught that Masons not only live, but they move by right angles, horizontals, and perpendiculars. That brings us out of that material darkness into a spiritual life. Why do Masons lay cornerstones? Masons lay cornerstones on churches because over in 2 Samuel chapter 5 and verse 11, it was the operative Masons who were sent from the city of Tyre to the city of Jerusalem. They were sent there to build David the king a house. They were to build this house precisely by the cutting and shaping of trees and the setting of blocks. You see, the Israelites didn't know the ways of building. And David, I believe he just wanted to see what they could do because they were only capable of building mud huts. Why do Masons lay cornerstones? Masons lay cornerstones because even at the building of King Solomon's temple, it was the Masons that built it. And when the time came to dedicate the temple back to the Holy of Holies, it was the Masons who were called back for the ceremony.